Being pestered by my producer for love. Huh. A little furry orange producer.
Just don't take tires, don't take nothing, but everyone's entering pit road.
I want to say that we're ready to go. And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Air League Truck Series, race number 2 of season number 4. Coming to you from Las Vegas, getting ready for a 67-lapper. Here as we get ready to continue this season. Last week, Daytona JRC Indy kicked off the season with a W. We got him up in the air in the booth for post-race festivities. Looking to see if we can keep that trend continuing as we did it with Private Patent for his championship and JRC Indy for kicking off the series with the dub. We'll see who will conquer the high banks of Las Vegas. Right now, drivers in the middle of their little drivers meeting is my little furry orange producer is begging me for love. So I can only do so. Just making sure I...
Basically it with the rules. Now another thing that I forgot to put in the rule book, a week before each race, I'll give y'all around a week.
And text a couple of the guys, send me a couple of invites here. Sorry, getting lost and listening to the rules right now, but really can't do point standings because the point standings would just be basically, for the most part, the finish from last week. But we can, and JRC Indy can only do so, but to help. And this is the point where he's probably going to be spamming me with them because he does that. He thinks a couple means all. All right, we do have a couple of new guys in here, so we're going over a couple of rules that we made over the off season for the league for some of these new guys. Everybody who started last week already knows the new rules and regulations for signups and what goes on during the race. So we're just letting a couple of these new guys in on the know. Do you mind, sir? Stop yelling at me. So needy. Oh, we actually already have 5 people in here. What's going on, y'all? Right now, we're just kind of hanging out, really. We're waiting for these guys to get this one going. Don't know who's starting on the pole, but I can tell you who's starting shotgun to the pole, and that is JRC Indy. 9 people in here. Holy Christ. Man, that's the most I've ever seen in a video in the watch party. So definitely glad to have you all here. I can tell you also that Mikey Danman is starting 3rd, involved 10th, 4th. Running out the top 5, JRC Indy. Then you got Sir Gillians in 6th. 7th off screen, 8 is Mudweiser. Boss of the Sauce in 9th. 10th, Solo. New guy, Yokeman 11th. And then we have in total a 15 truck field here for what is going to be a 67 lapper. 50%. Yes, Indy, I do know that the drivers need to know the rules. I'm actively listening And here we go, getting ready for the countdown. 30 seconds here before we get this one going. The clock will strike 8:20, and we will go green. Yeah, and I can already hear. I can hear the. And here we go, jumping on in here. We'll be able to tell you now who's starting on the pole, and that is Go Blue Tater. Okay, Private Patton misses out. 98, keep your eye out. That is last season's champion, Captain DeLongneck, Masopes, D-Rock, all new drivers. So a mix of returning drivers and a mix of brand new blood, all ready to risk it all here in Gambletown, Las Vegas. And here we go. Go Blue Tater on the inside. Outside, JRC Indy and a beautiful HendrickCars.com number 24. But the pale blue number 1 takes it to the green and takes it to the lead. And he clears it going into turn 1. Mikey Danman in third in the 32. Then involved Tense. Stuck up on the outside. JRC Indy in the 8 will move it to 4th. Then you got the 29, Sir Gillian's behind him. Triller did not have a good one at Daytona. Now in the 22. Oh, car in the wall! Oh, the 33 is solo! Who was that? Oh, it was involved Tense in the 48. Stuck up on the outside. And now Mikey Danman in a fight with the 22 with Triller. He's fighting up on the high side. Is this going to be a yellow? There were technically 2 trucks involved. No, they stay green. Usually it's a caution right at the line. We'll see what happens down the back straightaway if they do stay green. Sometimes they do it just that way they have room. No, we're green. Short stages, too, so those trucks will stay on the lead lap. But now, it is actually now JRC Indy, your race leader in the 24 Hendrick Cars Chevy. Oh, car loose out of 4. Truck, damn it. I hate it because I had to call a Cup Series race last night. Now where I got 2 Truck Series races tonight and after that. Tonight and tomorrow. Wow, I just had a stroke. Now we go back here. Mikey Danman about to be in a fight with JE Racing for the 4th spot. Sir Gillian's down there looking to capitalize on a mistake on the 32. Now side by side for P4. Contact in the back on a 4. Seven people in here. Seriously, what is up, y'all? I know most of you guys are probably in the actual race lobby and are on track, but still, it's nice to see the number. The number's great. And what better number to have than 7 when you're at Vegas? Ooh, 22 on the wall. Triller, look at all the speed he lost. Danman can do nothing but capitalize on it. Now JE Racing gonna do the same. Involved Tense looks to be done. JE now side by side still with the 22. 29 looked a second. Hello? Anybody else here squealing tires? That was weird. Uh-oh, look who's moving up through the field. It is none other than the 98 of Private Patton. First race of the season. He unfortunately missed out on Daytona. Oh, 1 truck in the wall. Gets it back to the bottom. But that'll give Mikey Danman another shot up through the field. He's up into second, the one down to third. This 98 of Private Patton started in, 12th, 13th? Now fighting for a spot in the top 5, but beside the 22 of Triller. Still side by side. Now with the 8 of JE, this 98 could tried the side draft on the 8. Couldn't make it stick. Now we look back through the field. Captain D. Longneck here in the 5 truck. Right stuck mid-pack. Has the 18 behind him, which still sick paint scheme on the 18, sorry. The boss of the sauce. And I gotta remember to keep this keep the stream up because these laps go by quick. Oh, one truck having issues again. 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. 1 continuing to fall. That was Blue Tater having troubles there on the outside line. We got 5 laps to go here in stage 1. Oh, one truck in the wall again along with a 50 of Yokeman. Meanwhile, look at the gap to your race leader, JRC Indy. Fun fact, I've never seen Indy go back-to-back. Has a chance right now to do it here, especially with the kind of truck he has. Started shotgun on the front row. Ooh, little bit of touch in there with Mikey Danman, and guess who? Private Patton in the 98 has moved himself up into second. What a run by Patton. Has that truck on absolute rails. Now, we come to the line. Gotta wait for the stream. 2 laps to go. Indy just has to hold on here, and I think he will be able to do that. That truck has definitely got the gap to be able to do so. We look farther back through the field. Triller caught up with JE Racing. Fighting to stay inside the top 5. Every position of point contact. The 8 in the grass. Both drivers loose. White flag. 1 lap to go. Here in stage 1. Drivers apologizing. Everything good. And we focus now on the 24 JE who comes, or JRC Indy, who comes out of turn 4. And he ducks it to the grass. JRC Indy wins stage 1. The hidden gem, though, the 98 of Private Patton, who works his way up through the field and finishes second. Mikey Danman third. Captain D. Longneck fourth. C. Triller rounding out your top 5. Boss of the Sauce 6th. Go Blue Tater 7th. Yokeman 8th. J.E. 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is D-Rock. All the drivers getting points. If you want your name listed, gotta finish top 10, dog. I don't know what else I can tell you. I set my bar, I set the driver goal high. And now here we go. two best trucks in the field will take stage one, or take the start of stage two side by side. Green flag waves, and we are back underway. Lap stage. Indy off to a good start. The 5 truck. Trying to get to him. Captain D Longneck started in the back. Now working his way up into second. Indy tries to go up to block what potential run could be coming from the 98. There was one. So the move, definitely the right one. Oh, truck in the grass! That looks like the 88 of Mudweiser. He's on pit road. And unfortunate for the 88. He gets shoved down pit road side by side for the lead. Indy, Patton. 2 favorites here for the championship 4. Duking it out here in race number 2. Last week's winner, last season's champion. Still side by side, a half a lap later. Indy, though, with the run on the outside, will clear the 98 and control the point once again. Meanwhile, the 5 of D Longneck still holding strong. Oh, Indy in the wall. And that gives the lead to Private Patton. Turn 4, so treacherous here at Vegas. And Indy now will fight on the bottom to just keep a hold of second. The 5 of D Longneck. Triller goes with the buddy of Indy and leaves D Longneck on the outside by himself. The 22 and the 24, 22 and the 24 now working together in order to get to the 98 out at the front. Then you have Mikey Danman trying to move up a spot in the 32. Now you got the 18 as well of Boss of the Sauce. He's up into 6th position. And you see up towards the front, JRC Indy is doing everything just to stay in the draft of that 98. But man, I don't know what Patton has in his truck, but he is just holding an absolute perfect line. Look at the way he enters the corner. High entry, ride the bottom, gradually move your way up. That is exactly how you want to run these corners. Indy can't hold this line. If we watch Indy, oh, the Triller's around. Oh, and a problem with Triller. He's stuck on the bottom. But look at this. Private Patton holding that bottom. And gradually moving it up the track. Gradual down, ride the bottom, gradually move it up. Maximize speed on exit. Look at this. Painting that white line. Indy right now running about a lane to a half a lane off that bottom. And that's why you're seeing Private Patton pulling away. Now we're starting to see, because see, Indy can't hold it. He holds it for a hot second and then moves up. Private Patton is absolutely painting that line. Car through the grass. I think it was Yokeman in the 50. Meanwhile, we're going to try and get back to Sir Gillian's. He was in the middle of a hornet's nest. Actually in the top 5. The 29 moving up through the field. Trying to get to fourth by the 5. Can't quite seem to make it stick yet. The 5 also trying to get by the other 1 truck of Masopes. That's right, there are 2 1 trucks. This is the second one. We'll have this hopefully sorted out for next week. A little bit of miscommunication when selecting numbers here for some of the new guys. Had 2 guys take the same number, which is awesome for me. I can't wait. But right now, Masopes actually moving that Exalta White 1 up into P3. And he started near the back of the field, outside the top 10. And he's moved up to 3rd. And while watching Sir Gillians, he is definitely making a run at that 5. He's trying to find any gap. Oh, Masopes in the grass. And he falls down from 3rd to 5th. And now look at the run the 29 has. The 5 does well to cut his lane off. Kills the run. I really should be looking. This is actually the white flag. I'm really glad I looked. 1 lap to go here for Private Patton as he comes out of turn 4. The 98 claims stage 2. JRC Indy will finish 2nd. The 5 3rd. We'll actually get a full field run down here. It's 5 a D long neck. Sir Gillians 4th. Masopes rounds out the top 5. And then Mikey Danman 6th. Boss of the Saw 7th. JE Racing 8th. Go Blue Tater 9th. And Solo rounding out the top 10. What a first 2 stages we have had here tonight. In the game, whatever. But this man, Private Patton, boy, I tell you what, everybody was pretty happy that he missed last week. And man, those drivers up at the front, like Indy, like Gillians, like Long Neck, got their work cut out for him in this stage. Green flag waves. This, when the checkered flag waves, will decide a winner here for race number 2 of season number 4. Indy not having the same kind of power and luck on that outside that he did before, but he has a run, tries to see if he can peek to the inside of the 98, take him 3 wide, and really put the 98 in a spot he doesn't want to be in. But he's got to stay with it. Got to keep that 5 on the bottom if he wants a shot. But the 98 needed to stay up high for the 24 to stay in his draft. And the 5 slides up wide. Hurts neither driver. Indy will now clear the 5 for 2nd. Now can set his sights on the 98. D Long Neck in a fight with Gillians for P3. Ooh, Long Neck kind of cleared himself there. 33 laps. There will be a green flag pit stop in order to make it to the end. And right now it looks like it'll be in the next 10 laps. Masopes. Oh, hard contact for the 1 truck. JE Racing goes by. Here comes Mikey Danman in 7th, looking to take away 6th. However, the 1 got it going again. Meanwhile, back up here, just ahead of him, side by side, the 8 was with the 5 of Long Neck. Oh, Masopes now to the outside of the 8 truck. Back up at the front, though. JRC Indy staying with the 98 of Patton. This is all going to come down to that green flag stop. How are these drivers? Masopes to the inside of Long Neck, trying to take away fourth. Gillian's up to third, but the two guys up at the front, nose to tail, about half a car length, or truck length. Right on the nose of Indy, you see how he's been sticking with the 98 of Patton. What kind of things are we going to see when these guys come down pit road? Hellacious strategies, risky plays, things you need to do in order to beat trucks like Indy, like Patton. Gillian's trying to stay with them, but as long as they're in their draft, that makes that job difficult. Gonna go back here to JE and the 8 in a fight with Long Neck and the 5. Well, that battle didn't last too long. Meanwhile, though, everybody running just about single file. Got a couple of little stragglers in the back there going side by side. Whoa, what happened up at the front? JRC Indy now down to third. More wall contact, I presume. And Sir Gillian's drops to third. Indy might have to try and roll the dice here. We'll see what happens when they come down pit road. But now Patton is by his lonesome. And we saw this a lot last season, man. Drivers stay with them as long as they're in the draft, but the moment they did, they could not hang. We'll see if that's the case. Indy, Gillian staying nose to tail right now. Masopes trying to really break that up. Right on the bumper of Indy. I really do love that 24 truck. That's probably the best looking truck. I was wondering if we were going to see Indy and Gillian's working together. It looks like they are. Oh, Indy caught the apron. Here comes Masopes to his inside. Indy now will potentially drop to fourth. He's really trying to pinch that one truck down, giving him barely anything to work with. Track position so key, especially when you only have one chance to really shuffle yourself up in the field. And can Indy hold him off on the outside? Right now, though, do a full field rundown before they get this one off. Private Patton, your race leader. Sir Gillian's running in second. JRC Indy in third. Masopes fourth. You have D Long Neck rounding out your top 5. Then it's the 8 of JE Racing. I gotta figure out who this green guy is. Oh, it's Solo. He's actually up to 7th. What number truck? I didn't actually get his number. 33. The 33. Wow. 33 truck running in 7th. Wow. Oh boy, and here we go. Trucks on pit road. Indy. Long neck. And the guy we were just talking about, Solo in the 33. Those three are down pit road. The short pit strategy. Now looking to go into effect. And that will force Private Patton to come down pit road. Sir Gillians elects to stay out. We'll ride on with Sir Gillians as he puts that first group 1 lap down. You would assume that would mean he would pit the next time by 20. I think that said 6. It was very small. 20 laps to go. There was no other number. It was a bloody 0. Here comes Gillians. Now we look for the 24 of Indy. This will potentially be a fight for the lead. What kind of strategy call, did he make? All depends on his tire situation. Mikey Danman is actually still on track. There's Patton. There's Indy. Patton just ahead. So Indy kind of gained a little bit. I think he lost a little bit on pit road. Man, dude, Danman really stretching in the 32. Maxing out the fuel window. There's nothing left on those tires. Oh, and Gillians gets black flag. We're just hearing. Mikey Danman running it to the bitter end. And JRC Indy, because he short pitted the 98, means he has 1 lap older tires than your race leader in Private Patton. Private Patton, your leaders were under 20 laps to go. How many under? I don't know. Because the guy whose stream I'm following is on pit road, and he just got a penalty. Speeding penalty for Danman. This is starting to turn into a Las Vegas butt whooping here really quick. Oh, trying to change my camera angle and I'm just changing drivers. No, it just came up. I believe Danman is not a lap down yet, but we have 15 laps to go. Blue Tater back here. It's Sir Gillians doing battle. And just ahead of him, you have Nice Gamer Paul and Yokeman battling for position. Where'd Indy go? Oh, Indy That's right. It's a two-stop stage. They won't be able to make it to the end, so they got to stop again. Indy looking to short pit the 98 again. We've seen the strategy play out. Right when the window opens, you bring it down pit road. Private Patton will not do that. But tires meaning so much for lap time. Right now, these guys are already below 90% on those tires. And this track really burning them up and slowing their lap time down. Long Neck on pit road. Triller on pit road. A couple of other guys trying to follow Indy's lead here. We'll see where the 24 pans out. He's going to be on much older equipment, but if he can lay down some consistent lap times, be quick, he can keep himself, he might be able to get himself out ahead of this 98. The laps, though, continuing to wind down, so and here we go. Leader on pit road. Private Patton reading the writing on the wall. He brings it down. Meanwhile, we're going to look for JRC Indy. Here he is. This to get his lap back. Now Gillians has the slower truck. Or Indy has the slower truck of Gillians. Just ahead. Up ahead you got Triller. Patton re-entering the track. Indy far off of where that 98 is. It's not looking like that short pit call from Indy really paid off. And there is the 98 just ahead. We will see when all is said and done. Private Patton. Oh, man, J.E. and Triller get into it. J.E. comes up and chops the nose off of the 11 there just a little bit. A D-Rock. Gillians takes a little run through the grass trying to get to the inside of Triller. And I missed how many laps we have to go. Coming up. 7 laps to go. Gillians finally making his last stop. Man, how about this 98 of Private Patton? We still have to wait for all these green flag stops to finish up. So we can see who's actually leading, because right now, I don't know. Because with the custom cars, they don't show their car number, they just show custom. So I do not know who's leading. I just know this man will be leading once this is all said and done. I know these guys did not have enough. We have 6 Laps remaining. I am still waiting. Wish I could see. Ooh, Danman. Got by the 1. He's now inside the top 5. I just don't know who is ahead of him. 5 laps to go. The 32 can make it to the end here. He's up to 4th. He gets by J.E. That's for 3rd. Oh, leader's coming down pit road. Was it Masopes? I think it was Masopes. Three laps to go. Other leader on pit road. And right now, your leader is Mikey Danman. Yeah, Mikey Danman is your leader with 2 laps to go. And he can make it to the end. However, can his tires? That's the big thing. He can make it to the end on fuel. His tires very low. 13% on his right front, 15%. But this is the white flag. See Triller around. He gets by. One lap to go. Just has to bring the nurse, that 32 truck, around. The 1 just behind him in second. But out of turn 4, it will be the black and Napa 32 to cross the line and claim the second win on the season. Blue Tater second, Boss of the Sauce third, Patton fourth, J.E. rounding out the top 5, JRC, Indy sixth, Masope seventh, Longneck eighth, Solo ninth, and Gillians rounding out your top 10. I wonder, because I believe I do. Oh, bloody. See if we can get him up in the booth, have a little bit of fun. My producers are fighting in the kitchen.
Throughout the week.
did send the invite out to him, so that's good. We'll see. If he doesn't join, we will end it, but...
Next Monday, same time. Good race, guys. Good race. Yep, good race on everyone. So.
We'll try one more time. See if we can get Mikey Danman up here to say a few things before we close this one out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It'd be cool. Give him a couple more minutes here, or a couple of more secs to join if he wants to. All right, I do not believe we will get to talk to Mikey Danman about his win today. So we will close this one out. And what a one we got to see here. Different stage winners with a different race winner. Everybody got to have a little bit of fun here at Las Vegas. Next week, I believe I heard it was the Glen on tap, which will be probably chaos. It'll probably be awesome. And yes, it is old Watkins Glen, upstate New York, out in the sticks. Next Monday at 8. Hopefully we can talk to the winner on that one. I'll probably bring that up in the drivers meeting just to see if everybody's okay with that, because I kind of just been doing it pretty sporadically, seeing how many drivers really want to do it. I probably should have asked, but we will just now close this one out. Thank you guys so much for watching. We had so many people in here enjoying this broadcast, and I enjoyed having y'all here. But to end it out, my name is Walbridge. This has been the Air Racing League Truck Series coming to you from Las Vegas, and we are out.